Amazing.
Yeah, my favorite part this is, but it all...
Hey Tom, how you been, bro?
We haven't seen each other in so long. Oh my god. Yeah. Hey dude, well, we're back, episode 2.
And you have the same sweater, you dirty. No.
Yeah, no, I don't change clothes ever. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Layers, and we're talking once again about the album Tearoom by Keor, which is the project of Victor Miranda Martin, who I'm talking to right now. That's the beautiful visage you're seeing right there in the other screen. Now, let's get into the first track, or, well, actually not the first track, but the first track for this episode, Underworld.
And that podcast is turning out so much longer than the actual album. It's amazing.
Well, we're just gonna roll with it. I'm okay with that. Like, if we're gonna talk about this for 2 hours, then, you know, we're giving people their money's worth. There you go. What can you tell us about that?
Well, the second part of it, I didn't, like, fully improvised, making it up on the spot. And I was, you know how making music can feel amazing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going for the opposite. I was like, this is supposed to be like the densest, the most painful moment of the album, so might as well make it a painful experience to make. And I was just suffering because I felt like it was so bad. I was just making bad music, as bad as I could make it. When I was done with it, I went to my girlfriend and I was like, I did something, like, it makes me feel so horrible. I don't think I want to put it on the album. And she listened to it and she was like, this is fire. And I was like, well, I guess it works, because I had imagined like that sort of transition from the actual song, which is the guitar and chorus, like usual thing, and the next one. So there's like a techno transition. I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like super experimental. A friend of mine played it at a party, and a bunch of techno fans started dancing. So I was like, well, at least like it works if you like that kind of music, I guess. And for me, it was like, you know, in the allegory of the hero's journey, the belly of the beast.
Yeah.
That's it for Tearoom. That's this moment. Really great. It makes me feel horrible, which is exactly what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, but in a weird way, it's like I kind of liked it. It made me feel uneasy, but I'm the guy that listens to experimental Zappa for fun, so I didn't mind, you know? I was like, okay, this is a new direction, I'll take it. But now that I know that you were actually kind of hurting yourself, but you were not physically hurting yourself, I hope.
No, it was having a great time. Perhaps drinking a little too much coffee. I don't know. I don't remember.
Like, so this is basically the sound of too much caffeine.
I guess you could say that. You know that little solo before the electronic part? Yeah, I was using like a 10-string Brazilian guitar. String guitar.
Ooh.
Sounds great. My dad had it.
A 10-string guitar. I'm just thinking if I ever saw one of those. I don't think
it's
I did.
5 pair of strings. It's called a viola. It's in between a guitar and a mandolin, basically.
Right, because it also kind of gives me 12-string guitar vibes in that regard, but then just with 1 string less, relatively speaking.
Yeah, that's how it sounds. Only like it's a higher up register.
Like that part stands out in a good way because, like, what is this? Is this a sample? Like, what did you use? But that's actually really neat. Yeah. Okay, and then we're gonna go to the next track, which has an intriguing title, at least to me, Learning God. What's up with that one?
This one is kind of a sum up. You have themes from the whole album being repeated, banjos, melodies, and a throwback to my first album as well, a song called Dead Tree Seeds. Mm-hmm. You have an interval with just guitar and vocals at one point. That was an old theme of mine, and just tying everything together. Because there's a whole spoken part in the middle, and a waltz at the end. I think it's like 11 minutes long.
Yeah, this is the longest track on the record, yeah.
Yeah, it's that that one's like the progressive song.
The epic, like
that long epic. I was trying to do something like really on my own, as opposed to like Patrick Corey was paying homage to a lot of stuff. This one I was really trying to make it like something you never heard before. I was like, I don't know if I'm want to be making progressive metal onwards, but I've got a chance to make a song like that really like that 12-minute epic, and so I did it like for the sake of it. I just wanted that. So you got the arpeggio in the beginning with the ambient stuff, then you have sort of a Brazilian fusion batucada sort of like percussion oriented part. Then you have the guitar, then you have a contemporary, like a free jazz solo, drum solo, then a waltz, and then a heavy metal ending with a trash can, like...
Yeah, right. Yeah.
and it's just one long stream of music that doesn't end for 12 minutes.
It doesn't end. No, to be fair, actually, I wanted to compliment you on that. It doesn't feel like, for me, one of the main things, and this is something that I've stressed multiple times, even when I'm guilty of writing longer songs myself, but I feel that a song should not be long for the sake of it. Like, you know, you should be entertained. The biggest sin one can commit in music is bore people. Like someone can hate what you do, but as long as they're engaged, you know what I mean? Like if if they hate you for 5 minutes, then at least they've hated you for the 5 minutes that it takes that the song takes. But
right.
I think it's way worse if someone is like, oh, this is boring, I'm gonna turn it off. Like that, then you failed. Happy with how that turned out, or would you have made it shorter, or would you have made it longer? How does that translate now?
No, I wouldn't touch it. You know what? I even thought about getting rid of the spoken words, but how did you feel about that?
I liked it. Like I said, for me, the song makes sense. Like it was mostly that I was a bit. There were certain moments that were a bit abstract, but not in the I have no idea what the hell's going on, but more in a okay, I think I know where you're coming from, but I'm not entirely sure, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, I think.
So that's where I'm at.
And then we are going to head into the final track. What is up with this song? What does it mean? What does it represent?
It's all about the title. Mine is this girl I met on a trip I was in Torino. I was meditating near a church.
Mm-hmm.
She held my hand, and she had that like Buddhic presence.
Wow.
And I've never seen someone so like in the present moment. She just had. I felt like I met a saint when I met that girl. Yeah, it's just an imprint, and I am Keor. Yeah, Keor was supposed to be a band in the beginning.
Like that was how it originally started out. That was the idea.
Yeah, that was the idea. I guess 8 years ago. still rocking along. Hell yeah. No friends. Let's go, baby.
Oh my god, that is so depressing. But I mean,
I got you.
but it's like, no, but you're saying this. I mean, apparently you write the stuff that you do.
Yeah, eventually I became more interested in the writing and in the production than the performance. And I did my first live show like weeks ago, actually.
Yeah, I actually wanted to touch. I'm happy you're bringing this up because obviously it's not necessarily connected to Tearoom, but in a way it is because it's all tied into your career, and it's a cool nugget to include because this was the first time you ever played your own music live. Then.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Wow. So what was that like? And what did you play?
It was like 90% backing tracks, and I had the in-ears. I was just, it was more like karaoke, to be honest.
Well, to be fair, a lot of bands these days play live with click tracks and backing tracks. I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing if you're at least playing your own part yourself, which I hope you did.
Pretty much.
Did you?
Yeah. I didn't prepare for it too much. I wanted to see how it would turn out if it just, went at it kind of raw.
This is a bit of a detour, but I'm keeping this in because it's interesting. Like, how did you go about this? Like, did you get an invitation to play there? Did you arrange it yourself?
Yeah, shout out Altesia, French metal band from Bordeaux, the French Frogs. Check him out, Altesia.
Actually, I am checking them out, and they have been on my radar multiple times.
Man, they were amazing. We were like 15 in a room, and they played like, I felt like in a stadium listening to them. It was so immaculate. Just a perfect set. Better than Dream Theater.
If you guys are watching, you guys kick ass. Like, you're making awesome stuff, because I agree. Like, I haven't seen it live, but what I've heard, I was like, this is a really solid band. Like, that's...
Solid.
Obviously, we're on the Layered Reality channel here. Like, that's the kind of stuff that's like, ooh, yeah, every label would be happy to have those guys on, that's for sure. So, how did it go down? Like, how did people respond?
They look happy, man. I felt sweaty. I was like, fuck, and actually I hadn't played on stage, like anything serious for, I guess like 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was like, I totally forgot all the technical stuff, like, your guitar is gonna get out of tune. You gotta press the pedals at the same time you're playing to change the sounds and shit. Because I've been like playing only in studio settings.
Yeah, so then you're playing your take. You go to the next part. You play that
and I was
take.
like,
I
was rehearsing like 2 days prior my parts, and I was like, this is fucking easy. It's gonna be piece of cake. Then when I was on stage, I had to do everything at once at the same time. I was like, this is actually pretty hard. Like next time I'll rehearse. Definitely.
Oh my god, that's beautiful, wonderful. It's like good experience right there.
And I mean, I pulled it off.
Okay.
So as far as that, like, I'm happy that I could pull it off, and I guess that's what I wanted to prove to myself, that I didn't have to rehearse a ton to make a show of my own songs. Like I could basically wing it. So I tried it, and it worked.
There you go.
Hooray!
Hooray! Achievement unlocked. Boom. You know, like I feel obviously we had a bit of a detour with that live thing, but I do think it's a good anecdote, so I'm gonna keep this in because this show is all about the anecdotes. Maybe to wrap it up, did you play any songs from this record live as well at that point? Like, which one did you play?
Now, I was supposed to play Blossom as an encore, but then a metal band started rehearsing in the next room, and I was like, I'm gonna fuck right off. I'm not doing this.
What? This whole... It's like this whole story already started out abstract.
I was just like, the last song I played was Steamboat by the Pond, and I had the whole orchestral thing, and I was playing the melodies and singing, and it was emotional and shit. And then the band started rehearsing, and I heard like a loud drum set, and I was like, I'm not doing that encore. Like,
you're good.
I just went outside, smoked a cigarette, wait 15 minutes, and now Altairs just starting playing it. Did something like fucking 100 times more professional than I was doing. And then just crushed it, and then I went and I enjoyed the show.
I'm able to say now that we have on record the story about you literally going up on stage, practically unrehearsed, playing a show, and people still really appreciating it. I think that's a good anecdote. There you go. Well, Victor, thank you so much for your time and for talking about the record with me and giving me a bit of an insight into, well, what it was all about. Really. Is there anything you want to leave people with after, if they've seen both the episodes and have a bit of an impression? Is there anything you want to say to those who are interested in what you do? Is there anything they should check out after?
Yeah, just go on Bandcamp and download anything for free. Because then I have your email address, and that's basically like the only way that I really communicate with my fans is direct messaging. So if you like what I do, then just come and have a chat.
Well, I mean, I think there should be people responding to that. I mean, you're a lovely dude. You're a talented, lovely dude. You make cool stuff. I think it'll work out.
You're lovely. Thanks for having me, Uncle Tom.
Of course. And I will see each and every one of you on the next set of episodes. For Layers, I have no idea who my next guest is. There's multiple people who said they wanted to join me. So you will see who my next guest is in 2 weeks after this video goes live. So have a good one. Stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, and keep listening to good music. And check out Keor's links in the description of this video or wherever the hell we have to put it now, because the social media algorithm says that we have to put it somewhere else once again. We'll see. Anyway, have a good one. See you guys later. Bye.